Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 6th grade concept of area and volume. This is standard 6.8D in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 14 off the 2019 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have a trapezoid here, and we are looking for the area. Now, if you were to look on your formula chart, you will find that the area of a trapezoid is written for you. There are a few different ways that we can see it. One is going to be looking like this: 1/2 base with a little 1 plus base with a little 2 times height. Or you can look at it like this: base with a little 1, that's called base sub 1, base sub 2, add those two together, divide by 2, and then multiply all of that by height. In 6th grade, one of the big keys is that multiplying by a number and dividing by its reciprocal, same thing. So multiplying by half, dividing by 2, same thing. That's why we can look at it both ways. So we're really just going to multiply 3 different things here. First, we need to figure out what is this base sub 1 and base sub 2. So the two bases in a trapezoid are the two lines that are parallel. So in this case, we've got 18 and 12. Doesn't matter which one is base 1, which one is base 2. So we'll just plug those in here. We'll say 1/2. I'll use this first equation here. And I'll say 18 meters plus 12 meters. Once again, if we use the commutative property, we can switch these up, 12 and 18. Doesn't really matter. We're simply going to add them. Now, the only trick, if there is a trick in this particular problem, is that we need to find the height. Now, we've got two different numbers to look at right here, 4 and 5. So trapezoids only have one set of parallel lines, the two bases. Then it needs to give you a height. It is possible for a trapezoid to give you a height as one of its side lengths. So this, when we're looking at a trapezoid, we don't really look at something like this, but this actually is a trapezoid. So if we wanted to use this one right here, this could be the height because it is perpendicular to the bases. But in this case, this 5 meters is not. It is not the height because it is a slanted line. The height has to be perpendicular to the bases. So in a rectangle or a square, we can always use the sides, right? Because they're all perpendicular. They're all square corners. But not in a trapezoid. So you're going to be looking at this line, which is 4 meters. That's our height, but it's not an actual line. It's dotted because it's imaginary. But the key is look for this little square. That's going to give you the clue as to say this is your height because it is perpendicular to the bases. Now, in order to simplify this, we just use our order of operations. All right, so let's just say 1/2. 18 plus 12, that's going to be 30 meters. And then we're going to multiply that by 4 meters. And so we've got 1/2. And we'll do half of 30 is going to be, well, we'll go ahead and do the 30 and the 4. That's going to be 30. 3 times 4 is 12. So that's 12 with a 0, 120. And that's going to be meters squared because we're multiplying meters by meters. And area is always going to be squared. So half of 120 is going to be 60. So our answer is going to be 60 meters squared. You might be thinking, well, what if I had done this one right here first? What if I did half times 30? Well, half times 30, half of 30 is 15. So I would have done 15 meters times 4 meters. Well, 15 times 4, guess what? 60 meters squared. You also could completely flip around. You could do this half times the 4, right? That is the commutative property of multiplication. You can just switch the order here. Half of 4 is going to be 2. So then you would get 2 meters times 30. And guess what 2 times 30 is going to get you? You are correct. 60 meters squared. So either way you look at it, we are going to be looking at 60 meters squared. And that is our answer G. And the reason we're looking at that particular, because most of your quadrilaterals are base times height, right? But since you have a trapezoid, the bases are different, so that's why you have to find the average of the two. Take both and divide by 2.